Okay, segment real fast, go through it real quick. Replacing the flush valve, the bolts, the fill valve, flapper, and that whole component, yeah. So, the bolts. A lot of people get these bolts wrong and they don't really know what they're doing, and it leaks and the water comes out around here where the bolt's at and they can't figure out why. One is they don't ever put majority of the time I see the top like this inside the bolt. So they put the metal washer, or the metal washer against the rubber washer, and the rubber washer is always last, so it's always going to touch the porcelain. So you want to put these on, stick it through the hole on the tank. Let's see if I can get this in one deal without leaking. So there, and then the next thing is you want to take the rubber washer and the metal washer, and then again the rubber goes against the portion, so it's going to go on just like this. The rubber's kind of, at first it's kind of hard to get on. You want it that way though. And then see how this rubber meets the porcelain? A lot of people don't put this on here. Next is a bolt that goes on. Okay. That makes the seal between these two, so the water don't leak. Majority of the time that's where the water comes from, because people just stick this onto the tank onto the toilet and then they stick the bolts through it and they forget all about this middle piece here. Or they end up sticking the nut or the bolt on and not the metal washer, and then this turns into the rubber, and then the rubber corrodes because it's pressure against it, not an equal pressure, and then it just starts to leak again. So yeah, that's the proper way. These, when you install these, don't use plumber's tape. Don't use plumber's putty, nothing. They come with a seal on the inside, right here. And it's like a cone shape, and that's what seals it. Just make sure when you take this off, the old one, that you don't have any cracks or any chips in the porcelain behind it where you put it in. Okay, next. These, some people just go, oh, and they shove them on. Like, whatever. And then, not the way to do it. You want to pull these and make sure that they're on, seated to the tank, so you want to kind of stretch them out to where it's even. See how snug that looks now? And it's nice and even with the plastic. These next, the fill valve. I get this kind just because they're the best, the Flush Masters. These, you want to keep this. I cut them out already with an X-Acto knife. It's easier if you just cut out that little ring, okay, and then save this because you'll need it. I'll show you why later. This goes onto the flush valve, and it comes with it, the washer, this little washer I'm talking about. When you drop it out of the box, you'll see. So, just like that. And there's nothing to it. Don't worry about adjusting it yet. Don't worry about doing none of that. Just put that in there and then stick it through the toilet. And then now, this I'll show you. This you want that, when you stick this in here, it looks just like that. You want to just keep the rubber on there, put it through there. Make sure this isn't against that. This isn't over here. This isn't like leaning. Make sure it's straight when you tighten it. And you want these to kind of be even with each other. Somewhat.